Hello, fellow stargazers. Happy pink moon. Today is April 26th, and it's the full moon. So, according to Western astrology, also known as tropical astrology, we're in Taurus season, and this is a Scorpio full moon. But according to the sky and True Sidereal Astrology, the sun is actually 8 degrees in Aries, and because all of the signs are different sizes and fit in the zodiac belt differently, this full moon does not fall in the opposite sign of Aries, which would be Libra. It is actually exact at the tail end of Virgo. So we're getting a little different interpretation here than what you might be used to, even with the signs being different, because typically they're in opposite signs. So I'm going to read this, make it fairly short but comprehensible, and tell you a little bit about the energy. So the sun is in Aries. The sun entered Aries April 20th, and it will be in Aries until May 13th. So yes, the signs are all different. And if you want a reading, a true sidereal reading, you can go to my website, starkeeperastrology.com, and you can book a true sidereal reading to see where your sign has changed and to incorporate that energy into your life. But besides that, this sun has been in Aries since the 20th, and you might notice in your life that around the 20th, that Aries feeling, that spring feeling of action and energy and awakening really kicked in. And that is actually because the sun really aligned with the true sky and not just what we're told. The moon is in Virgo, as I've mentioned. This is an earth sign, so we have earth and fire going on here as the mixed bag. And then we also have a conjunction here that I'm going to talk about as well. So the sun in Aries, the sun's exalted in Aries. The sun wants to take action as a warrior fighting spirit. This is about initiations, new beginnings, the start of something. Can be a bit impulsive and self-oriented. The sun represents our vitality. So sorry, I get tongue-tied, excuse me. Our vitality is requiring action. We're craving to take physical action. So whether that is just incorporating more physicality into your everyday or actually taking action against something, moving something in your life, it doesn't have to be like you started kickboxing, although it can be. It's just getting yourself physically involved, taking action in your life. So the fiery energy is really activated now. We were in the Pisces season where the action that we want to take isn't a direct fire. It's more of this creative envision. So anything that you were envisioning before April 20th is now kind of wanting to take root and is looking for a physical outlet. Now, full moon energy lasts about 2 weeks, just like new moon energy lasts about 2 weeks. So full moon to new moon is 2 weeks. So that's why that happens. So this energetic here is basically a stamp or a signature that we're going to experience for 2 weeks. It's not just valid for one day. So with the moon in Virgo, this is more of an analytical moon. I consider Virgo to be like the air sign of earth signs, if that makes sense, because it's ruled by Mercury, which is the mental body, and it's the most analytical, it's the most thinking. So though it's an earth sign and it's practical, it's a very mental energy. So this is a full moon that isn't super emotional, as a lot of full moons get the stigma for being very, very emotional, pulling emotions and water out of us. But you're going to get a more emotional moon when it sits in a water or a fire sign versus an air or earth sign, or as I call Virgo, the air sign of the earth signs again. So Virgo is analytical. It's all about setting boundaries, more focused on service to others rather than self. That's a little contradictive when it comes to Aries. This is all about purifying, detoxing, and routines. So with the moon in Virgo, it's again a very analytical moon. You're not going to be sitting in your emotions. It's going to be a bit more of the mental body. And you're going to be looking for patterns in your life, things that you're going to want to change. So speaking of change, the catalyst we have occurring in this energy, we have Uranus right down here conjunct our sun, almost a perfect conjunction. By Friday, it'll be exact at 11 degrees. Yeah, Friday. So April 30th, expect this to be at its peak intensity. So what you're feeling now will just bloom and grow and hit peak on Friday. So the energy that Uranus brings to our sun, it causes us to want to express our uniqueness, right? So we don't want to blend in with everybody else. We want our energy to be seen, to be recognized, to kind of stand out from a crowd. We're desiring change, freedom, and to break away from the everyday routine and the mundane. Uranus doesn't like to repeat itself. It likes to be original and different, and it brings a little bit of a chaotic energy. So with these two being almost conjunct, the moon is also opposite Uranus for this full moon position. It's not a perfect opposition, but it is there, so I'm going to read it a bit. So we might find ourselves easily distracted for the next 2 weeks and emotionally detached, which is okay. Doesn't mean totally cut off and cold, but just, again, like I mentioned, it's a little less of a emotional full moon. So you're going to find yourself that you're able to almost take an outside look in, which is perfect for this Virgo energy, because the main theme for this full moon energy, if you're mixing in the sun in Aries, the moon in Virgo, and then throwing in Uranus into the mix, it is, we want to take a step back and observe our actions and the actions of others in our lives. So we're just going to step back. So bring in that detached feeling and the analytical. And we want to refrain from the impulsive energy of Aries and just be able to step back and observe for a little bit. And what we observe, we then want to take action on. So then we can invite Aries back in. So what you're observing, well, are you improving your life? Do the daily habits that you have, are they getting you to where you want to be? Are they improving you in any type of way? Or are they limiting you, holding you back, or distracting you? So it's something to think about while you're in a detached observer mode. Also, the people in your life, are they bringing growth and healing to your life? Are they beneficial, or are they holding you back, a distraction, and maybe you bringing you back into toxic habits and routines? You're going to want to pay attention to that. You want to break free from any patterns, routines that are limiting, that don't support growth, that don't support something new, that don't inspire you, that don't create action and change in your life. So we want to break out of the old routine and create a new, more beneficial routine that can bring change and the proper energy to our lives to move forward with this time. Another thing, because it's Virgo, you're going to want to detox. So it's very similar to what I was saying before, eliminating the old out of your life, things that no longer serve you, including people, including your diet, including behaviors, everything like that. So you're going to want to look at this time as you have to take action. This moon is asking us to change something in our life. It might be dramatic, it might be subtle, might be more than one thing, whatever you're able to withstand, handle, or whatever you observe. This full moon for the next 2 weeks is saying, pay attention. Where can you invite change into your life for the better? So that is pretty much this energy in a nutshell. I don't want to drag it out too long. I would love to read some comments. So comment below. What changes are you thinking about incorporating into your life at this time? Things that you've been thinking about, calling to you, whatever it is, write it down. I'd love to hear it and I'd love to respond. We all need some change. We're all feeling some of that energy. And again, that change, that intense feeling of I need to break free from old routines and limiting behaviors will really peak on Friday, the 30th, April 30th. But we're going to feel that build up. A lot of times the build up is very strong leading up to the peak. So if you notice that you're getting antsy or restless and all that, it's just the universe pointing to the areas in your life that you need to change. Where can you bring action to your life to change and to detox? All right. I hope everyone enjoyed that and look forward to speaking with you all again. And until next time, I've been the Star Keeper. Have a wonderful full moon energy.